the bathroom like that. If you give us a second, we'll take you to the station, and you'll use the bathroom, okay? We'll take it quick. Is that fair? All right. Deal with this officer for me right here. All right. Damn, what?
Of the law, the right decision was made. It's just that it's a damn shame that he gets to lean on the letter of the law. And the state of Nevada and the parole committee had to lean on the letter of the law because he's somebody that I believe doesn't only deserve to be in jail, he deserved to be under the jail.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done. Period.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore? Or not?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solar, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offer, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that.
It all started just 2 weeks before fight night. Gervonta Davis was deep in camp training for what was supposed to be a record-breaking Netflix event. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis in Miami. Then came the lawsuit. According to Miami-Dade court filings, Davis' ex-girlfriend Courtney Russell accused him of battery, aggravated assault, kidnapping, and false imprisonment. She claimed Davis attacked her at her workplace, a club in Miami, and that it was not the first time. The lawsuit alleges there were at least 4 previous incidents where Tank physically assaulted and choked her. She is now seeking both compensatory and punitive damages and says she is being treated for PTSD after the alleged attacks.
Be 1 foot in, 1 foot out too. What are you talking about? You know how much money he got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in the gym for hours, and you know you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest, like let's say he got, 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making 500,000 in interest. He's not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What? He gone.
That was enough to trigger panic in Jake Paul's camp. Most Valuable Promotions, Jake's company, released a statement the next day saying they were investigating the matter, but behind the scenes that investigation did not take long. Within 48 hours, they called it off completely. While they would not be moving forward with this event, their plan still remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025, the statement read. In other words, they cut Tank loose fast. If this were Tank's first run-in with the law, fans might have given him the benefit of the doubt, but it is not. Over the past few years, Gervonta Davis' out-of-ring troubles have almost overshadowed his in-ring dominance.
Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis, the fight is in jeopardy. There's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank. When things like this happen over and over, I think this is his 4th or maybe 5th allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. I don't think that's something that Netflix is wanting to be a part of at that point. I don't know if Jake wants to be involved with somebody like that, which is why they're starting to look for potential replacements.
He was arrested on domestic violence charges after a viral video showed him grabbing the mother of his child by the neck at a charity event. In 2022, he was arrested again on similar charges, though the case was dropped.
Champion boxer Gervonta Tank Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegations against.
And in 2023, he was sentenced to 90 days of house arrest and 3 years probation after a hit and run that injured 4 people in Baltimore. That incident alone had fans questioning whether Tank was spiraling. He spent part of his sentence behind bars for violating house arrest.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, two, three.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Now in 2025, this new lawsuit paints an even darker picture, one that could destroy what is left of his reputation. Once the lawsuit went public, everything changed. Jake Paul's promoter Nikisa Bidarian released a sharp statement saying MVP unequivocally condemns any form of violence and would disassociate from the fighter entirely.
Tank Davis, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
Hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Just get your that's it, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women, man.
Then sponsors started quietly pulling their deals. Netflix removed the promotional teasers it had already filmed, and Showtime, which had previously worked with Tank, went silent.
That they were officially canceling the fight, saying Most Valuable Promotions immediately initiated an investigation. No, I had the wrong one. Okay, I'm reading this one. Most Valuable Promotions and Netflix have announced that Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, the one I was reading was the one from late last week, originally scheduled for Friday, November 14th at the Kaseya Center in Miami, Florida, will no longer be moving forward. Quote, our team has worked closely with all parties to navigate this situation responsibly, said Nikisa Bidarian, CEO of MVP. While we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025. And that is what I'm hearing as well. They want him to fight in December. That is the hope. And they're actively looking for a opponent. More on that in a moment. Details regarding a new date, location, Jake's opponent, and additional bouts will be shared as soon as they are finalized. We thank Netflix, Kaseya Center, Seminole Hard Rock and Hotel and Casino for their partnership.
The planned November 14th card in Miami, which was supposed to be Netflix's next blockbuster after Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, is now scrapped. Tank did not just lose a fight, he lost millions. The purse for that event was reportedly worth over $20 million, combined with Tank guaranteed 8 figures. Now it is gone.
We pulled up to Tootsie's and up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot and in the face, and it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
It's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like everything, bro. He did this public. Like, you have to understand, this guy was sober, dry.
Reports confirm MVP is already planning a new Netflix headliner for December with potential replacements including Ryan Garcia, Nate Diaz, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, and even Francis Ngannou.
The Jake Paul Tank Davis fight has officially been canceled. It is off. It is not happening on November 14th. It is not happening in 9 days' time in Miami on Netflix, and I don't think it's ever happening. So if you weren't a fan of this fight, I think you got your wish. Now,
Jake's business mind has always been sharp. He knows how to turn controversy into promotion, but this time he is choosing distance. They stand against violence. The show will go on, but not with Gervonta Davis. A Netflix spokesperson said that line hit hard because if Netflix, one of the most powerful media companies in the world, publicly distances itself from you, you are not just fighting for your next payday. You are fighting for your name.
Hey, Jake, pick up the phone, champ. I've been calling you. Pick up. Let's make the fight happen. Pick up the phone, man. Stop playing. Oh, Jake.
It is wild to think how fast this all fell apart. Just a few months ago, Tank Davis was being hyped as boxing's next big thing. Despite his controversial draw against Lamont Roach, his power, his marketability, and his connection to Floyd Mayweather once made him look untouchable.
He was training for something like this. Obviously, smaller guy. How was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed. We're sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some 8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat Jaden Love ass. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. He know. He laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm gonna show you and him back.
He had crossover potential mainstream fame, hip-hop endorsement, celebrity fans, and social media buzz. He was the face of the new generation of boxing. But this might be the knockout he cannot recover from. Because this is not about getting dropped in the ring. It is about getting dropped by an entire industry. Here is what is really worrying fans and insiders. This is not just a PR nightmare. It could become a criminal one. The civil lawsuit may only ask for damages, but the details could trigger criminal charges if prosecutors decide to investigate further. The accusations include aggravated assault, kidnapping, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. All serious offenses that could lead to prison time if proven. And since the alleged attack took place in Florida, a state known for tough domestic violence laws, Tank's legal team is on high alert. Right now his lawyers have not issued a statement, and neither has Gervonta himself. His social media has gone quiet. No training clips, no interviews, no statements. For a man who once built his brand on aggression, silence speaks volumes. The reaction from the boxing world was immediate and split.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. While my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can, like, get disqualified for all that. Or, like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Gervonta Davis entered 2025 with a record of 30 wins and 0 losses with 28 knockouts. He was supposed to be the face of the lightweight division, a once-in-a-generation puncher with Mayweather-like explosiveness. But over the years, his biggest opponent has never been another fighter. It has been himself.
All right, so the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight has been canceled because of new charges that came up on Gervonta. You heard it here first. Hit the thumbs up on the video. Make sure you share the video. The fight is off as we know it right now. Stay tuned for more.
Between courtroom visit suspensions and public controversies, his career has been more stop and go than any champion's should be. And this time there might not be a comeback. Because when you are facing both the court of law and the court of public opinion, winning one fight will not fix it. So where does Tank go from here? At this point his future depends on 3 things. The outcome of the lawsuit. If this case escalates, his license could be suspended indefinitely. Public redemption. If he ever wants to fight again, he will have to rebuild trust. Promotion politics. Most major promotions will not touch a fighter under active legal investigation.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now or what, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that.
This situation raises a question that has haunted boxing for decades. How much can a sport overlook for talent? From Mike Tyson's arrest to Floyd Mayweather's domestic violence cases, boxing has a long history of protecting its moneymakers. But now with streaming platforms like Netflix stepping in, the industry is changing. Netflix does not need Tank Davis. They have Jake Paul, Tyson and Crawford. They do not need controversy. They need ratings and brand safety. Which means for the first time in Tank's life, there is no one left to save him.
We can debate the top fighter in the world pound for pound. We can do that. What we cannot do is debate who's the most exciting fighter, who's the biggest box office attraction in boxing. That would happen to be Gervonta Davis. We just got to accept it. I think that Frank Martin is a talented fighter. He'll make some things happen down the line in the future, but we'll never look at him the same after that destruction. Not to say that we won't respect him, but we'll never look at him the same because he got destroyed by Gervonta Davis. And that's no shame, that's no slouch, but damn, still in all, if you get destroyed, you get destroyed. Gervonta Davis is the #1 box office attraction. Who I want to see him against next is Shakur Stevenson. I don't want to see him against Devin Haney because Devin Haney has proven to me that he's not a good punch taker. I want to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with somebody perceived as having enough power to put him on the canvas too. That's what I want to see.
It is heartbreaking because in the ring Tank was special. He had the kind of speed, timing and one-punch knockout power that made people believe boxing still had magic. But outside the ring the man behind the gloves could not outrun his demons. Now his career sits in limbo. Suspended fights, legal trouble and a crumbling public image. Whether or not the allegations are proven, the damage is done. He has lost Netflix. He has lost the biggest payday of his life. And he might have just lost his entire career. Gervonta Davis' story is not over yet. But it is at a breaking point. The question is not whether he can throw another punch. It is whether he can rebuild what is left of his name. Because right now the boxing world is not asking when Tank will fight again. They are asking if he should. So what do you think? Has Gervonta Davis officially thrown away everything he built, or is there still a chance for redemption in the ring? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button and subscribe for more updates. We will catch you in the next video.